Hello, it's Geoff Barton. It's Tuesday, the 12th of September. Here's your ASCL briefing. RAC, of course, inspection we'll say something about, and let's say something about podcasts, webinars, all of those things where we try and give you the heads up of the issues you need to be aware of. So the RAC crisis, this stuff which looks like aero bars or crunchy bars, depending on your background in confectionery, whatever it looks like, it's been a real pain for some of you. We've now got that list. That list shows about 150 schools directly affected. If you're one of those schools, it's very, very severe. In some cases, talking to the head of one of those schools this morning, a third of the school there has been taken out of action. He's got 5-year groups out of 7-year groups who can physically be in school, so they're having to rotate that all the time. And you know, one of the things that you forget about, well, you don't forget about, but perhaps has been forgotten about, is that some of those classrooms that have been taken out of bounds in a secondary school are the ones with specialist equipment, the drama studios, the art studios, the music studios, etc. And just listening to the logistics of what he is having to go through with his team there, eye-watering. Nevertheless, I go back to my earlier point, it's probably not as severe as it was feeling this time last week. And a lot of the frustration has really come about because you fill in the survey, you then think, have they had the survey, or am I going to get a letter of reprimand? Am I going to be named and shamed? As you know, we managed to head that off by the end of last week. And the most important thing, I think, is for the majority of our members, you're simply getting on with things. Do keep us posted, though. We have meetings now at least twice a week with the Department for Education, and explicitly what they're saying is, tell us any issues, both with the survey, tell us any issues with the caseworkers and all the other stuff which is going on as we try and give some kind of normality to young people in schools. So tell us at ascl.org.uk. That's the way to keep us posted, but we salute what you've been achieving over the past bizarre, surreal week. Secondly, confirmed by the Education Select Committee, Sir Martin Oliver becomes the new Chief Inspector from January 2024. He, as you know, very well known in the multi-academy trust world, spoke with great authority, I think, around the needs of disadvantaged children, etc. We're looking forward hugely to working with him. And the ASCL view is that inspection needs to evolve. We think there are bits of it which are hugely problematic, particularly if you want to be able to recruit teachers and especially leaders to some of those most challenging areas, some of the kind of areas that Martin knows particularly well, and that will need reform of Ofsted. But we also are realistic enough to know that a new Chief Inspector doesn't come in, we hope, thinking they're going to change everything straight away. And I think the most reassuring part of what Martin Oliver was saying to the Select Committee is he is looking to organisations like ours, with people like you, to say, where does inspection go next? There's going to be no quick fixes, I think, with all of that, but we look forward very much to being part of that discussion. Finally, remember that our specialist team, those are the people who represent you both in government and with officials, but who also give you advice when you call hotline on specific issues. They're people who've been business leaders themselves, they're people who look after funding or qualifications or primary education. They've done one of their latest webinars yesterday. You can see it as a video, you can listen to it as a podcast, and what the specialist team try and do in 30 minutes is to say, here is the stuff we think you need to know. We do the same with our legal team and our member support team, all of it designed to suggest, as a 21st century trade union, here are ways that we can communicate with you and keep you in touch. As always, if you want to just tell us stuff, if you've got something funny you can let me use on Friday, that would be great. But one of the things I'm particularly pleased about is you have been telling us what the start of term is like. And here's someone who's running a school for young people with difficulties in being able to adapt and cope in mainstream schools. And those kind of pupil referral units, alternate provision, often don't get a lot of attention. I'm just so grateful to Rebecca here, an assistant head in one of those schools, who just says, behaviour has been excellent, attendance has been good for the start of term, pupils have been joining us from mainstream, they've been developing a sense of the rhythms and routines of school life. And one parent wrote to us saying, Oliver's had a great day, he's quite overwhelmed in a good way at just how different this school feels to him from mainstream. He said to me, they don't mind me being Oliver, do they? We said last week when we were introducing John Camp that special education, primary education, bits of education that perhaps we haven't given enough attention to become more significant. Thanks, Rebecca, so much for your message to us there. That's it. If you need us, our hotline team, our member support team, our legal team are here for you. If you just want to keep us posted about things, as always, please do. We'll be rooting for you, RAC or no RAC, as the week continues. All the best to you.